Guys, welcome to Monday. Here we are at a new week, and today we have the sun moving into Sagittarius. Definitely a major energetic shift going on as we inch closer and closer to Sag season that's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks, where Jupiter will actually gain a lot of relevance and prominence in Aquarius. But for today, the sun moving into Sagittarius, this means the sun is also coming into conjunction with the South Node. And this week, you guys, is really going to be about releasing things, letting the past go, and opening to new potential that could be coming in the future. Also, shifting belief systems are going to be a major theme of the week as well. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Monday, November 22nd, 2021. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook of the day. And we have a sun moving into Sagittarius today. Underlying energetic shifts going on, happening now for the next 30 days. The sun will be transiting Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, and this is all about belief systems and truth and expansion and kind of just having a free spirit. So we are all going to be feeling probably a little bit more jovial, optimistic, and free spirited over the next few weeks. And also, like I said, because of the position of the South Node in Sagittarius right now, the South Node rules karma and the lessons that we've learned, things that we are very good at, that we are very comfortable with, but that we really need to let go of and move on from so that we can continue to grow and evolve. This is what is represented by the South Node. The South Node currently is at 2 degrees of Sagittarius. With the sun moving to Sagittarius today, beginning to discharge 1 degree of Sagittarius, that also means the sun is coming into a conjunction with the South Node. Now, when the moon comes into a conjunction with the North or South nodes, while the sun is in proximity, this is where we get our eclipses. But with the sun coming into a conjunction with the South Node, this is definitely going to be putting a highlight on things from the past this week. Could definitely create some feelings of nostalgia as well, but also really showing us what we need to let go of, what we need to grow out of, what we need to move on from, what we need to release and let go as well. So those are really going to be some themes that we're dealing with this week, because it's not just the sun that is hitting the South Node. We're also going to be having Mercury hit the South Node as well this week, while the North Node is in Gemini, ruled by Mercury. Lots of mental shifts, belief system shifts and changes this week, which allow us to let some things go and to begin to move on from things that perhaps have held us back in the past before. So let's talk specifically about the energetics for today. Like I said, sun moving into Sagittarius. That means the sun is discharging 1 degree of Sagittarius today. The Sabian symbol of that degree, or the degree described symbolically in terms of its energetic imprint, the way that this particular frequency operates, based on a set of symbols that describe each and every one of the 360 degrees of the zodiac, to just help us get more context about what this specific degree really resonates to and what happens when it's activated, what it's trying to do for us collectively in terms of this grand unfolding astrological story, astrological drama. That is what the Sabian symbols tell us. And I always read the Sabian symbols because they give us more information about what any planet is doing at any given point. And with the sun moving to Sagittarius today, beginning to discharge 1 Sagittarius, that Sabian symbol is retired Army veterans gather to reawaken old memories. So this, again, aside from the fact that we have the sun moving into conjunction with the South Node today, bringing up themes and highlighting themes of the past, this specific degree is also talking about reawakening old memories, sort of reliving old experiences. And there could be a bit of nostalgia going on today, since we have the sun in such close proximity to the South Node, really looking at our past experiences. And then we have the degree, the symbol being activated today, also referencing reawakening old memories. There could definitely be some things from the past coming back today or on your mind, or just generally like a feeling of nostalgia for what has been, what maybe might not be any longer, and what we need to do to move on. So we also have the Earth today, which is always in a polar opposition to the sun at 1 degree of Gemini. And that Sabian symbol is a glass bottom boat reveals undersea wonders. So in terms of the symbolic imprint coming from the position of the earth today, what's happening on the ground, this again is talking about us. I mean, it's re-emphasizing the themes that have been going on this entire Scorpio cycle of being able to see under the surface of things. And, the water, that is sort of symbolic for our emotions. And it's sort of giving us an idea today, while we reawaken these old memories, perhaps, of what is truly like motivating our feelings and the true nature of what is driving the way that we're feeling our emotions. Things like that, and just generally revealing what is under the surface of things, making it clear for us to see and perceive into. So definitely feelings of nostalgia potentially coming through today, thinking about things from the past, possibly reconnecting with people from the past, a highlight on things from the past generally this week with the South Node being so activated, and today too with that symbol about reawakening old memories. We are realizing what we are ready to move on from with this too. And there is just definitely, I feel like a lot of people are going to be coming to a place this week where they are finally ready to let go and to move on from some things that perhaps they have been like really clinging to and felt like they needed up until this point. Definitely some shifting beliefs and, perception happening this week. Also, speaking to Sagittarius, speaking to the Sagittarian energetics and frequencies now, which are going to become more and more relevant as we head towards Sagittarius season. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is currently in Aquarius, and coming what is going to be driving these shifts in our perception, shifts in our beliefs moving forward, as we sort of go through things from the past, reawaken our old memories, experience perhaps like this nostalgia and realize what we need to move away from. What's really going to be driving this process is the positioning of Jupiter. And Jupiter right now is in Aquarius, right now actually at 24 degrees Aquarius. That Sabian symbol is a butterfly with the right wing more perfectly formed. And so this is telling me that really the driving force behind these shifts and these changes and this release process that is coming this week has to do with the need to align with truth and to align with genuine authenticity. Jupiter in Aquarius. And also at that degree, the right wing of a butterfly more perfectly formed. This is talking about a metamorphosis in alignment with an expanded spiritual understanding of things. The right wing of the butterfly corresponds and correlates to the right brain, which is where we receive and connect to spirit in the spiritual planes and the more invisible planes of reality and our intuition. And the butterfly is obviously symbolic of a metamorphosis process underway. So this symbol where Jupiter is currently always reminds me of a metamorphosis that is underway, that is expanding the spiritual component of the reality. And with the ruler of Sagittarius, Jupiter, in this location, while we have the South Node in Sagittarius talking about releasing our beliefs, Sagittarius rules belief systems, and the Sun coming into conjunction, and also Mercury coming into conjunction with the South Node later this week. A lot of emphasis on sort of reevaluating our beliefs about things based on things that we're finding out now. There's a lot of disclosure and secrets revealed information going on, things that we're finding out, and, realizing whether or not the things that the state of our life now is truly still in alignment with our authenticity and our truth. Because Sagittarius season with Jupiter in Aquarius this year is really going to put a huge emphasis on seeking out authenticity and seeking out truth. Planets going on, things happening in Sagittarius while Jupiter is in Aquarius. That is going to be the motivation and the drive behind it. Really wanting to align with the authentic truth about things and liberation as well. I mean, Aquarius is the sign of truth, authenticity, and the desire to be free to align with and experience those things. And it also rules like the future and more future-oriented ideas. And it also rules like the internet and stuff like that. So there's a lot of themes that could come up with Jupiter in Aquarius, but generally I feel like it's going to be centered around this driving motivation behind things being a desire to be liberated in order to align with authentic truth and in a very expanded way, because of course this is Jupiter that we're talking about. There is more military symbolism in the Sabians today. I just want to bring that up there because this is a theme that I have noticed. And, there's been a lot of indications in the energetics lately emphasizing military and things going on within the military perhaps. And with the sun today at that degree, retired Army veterans gather to reawaken old memories. We also have Mercury today at 27 degrees of Scorpio. A military band marches noisily through the streets. So there could be something that comes up today in regards to the military generals, like some type of police military theme could be present, like in the news, or just something that we witnessed collectively today. And I just wanted to mention that because there is a repeating military theme again in these energetics as they're presenting today. Also, let's see, the moon. We should talk about the moon today. The moon is in early Cancer and will square Chiron in Aries. Chiron is currently at 9 degrees of Aries. That Sabian symbol is a crystal gazer. So we may be feeling a little triggered by our wounds today. Chiron rules the wounded healer teacher archetype. And so we may be feeling a little triggered by our wounds today. Maybe perhaps like some traumas coming up, or just feeling triggered, or, in terms of, thinking about things from the past, maybe some past wounds or some past traumas sort of triggering us emotionally today. But with this square, this is really pushing us to heal and to overcome and to transcend our wounding and our trauma, as all of the energetics right now are really doing everything they can to push us into this internal alchemical hero's journey process that takes us from a state of victimhood into a state of self-mastery, and really helps us to transcend our wounds, transcend our trauma, and gain a tremendous amount of wisdom through experience that we can then go on to use to really fuel and drive our experience and begin to truly co-create with universe and come to a place of self-mastery in our lives going forward, which is emblematic of the frequencies that are coming down in the age of Aquarius. That is the direction that we are all actually moving in. And the Chiron themes, the Chiron archetypes are very, very relevant in this. So with the moon in Cancer coming in a square with Chiron today, these are things that might be coming up as well. Intuition will be very, very strong today. And the moon is also with the square to Chiron at that specific degree about the crystal gazer, we could see some fated occurrences likely, especially considering we have the sun making an opposition to the north node destiny and the south node karma, or the path ahead and what we need to release and let go of in order to get there. So these themes very strong today, and it is just a very emotionally sensitive day. Emotionally, a more difficult day as well. The square to Chiron could bring up some more difficult emotions, and like self-care, self-love, self-nurturing today, and also caring for and nurturing others with the moon in Cancer. This could definitely be something that can help us out, benefit us, make us feel a little bit better as we're maneuvering these more difficult and potentially, again, this just like sense of nostalgia and maybe just like a little bit of like sadness coming up over the things that we've loved in the past that have served us well, but now we're realizing maybe they're just like, we're growing our separate ways and they're just not in alignment with us anymore, and we have to align ourselves with the things that are truly authentic and fulfilling to us going forward. And it can just be sort of like a tricky energy, a tricky feeling, but we're doing the right thing, we're going the right direction, and the energetics this week will be moving to help us to release what we need to release so that we can really move on and go through this process better and not be so caught up in the emotional aspect of things. Also with the moon in Cancer today, baths, being in and around water can be really therapeutic and healing in terms of just like the emotional energy, the strong emotional energy today with the moon in Cancer. Self-care, self-nurturing, self-love, also caring and nurturing for others, being around the water, being in the water. All of these things can be soothing and therapeutic to the soul when we have a Cancer moon in square to Chiron. Really though, we are kind of like easing into this week energetically. There's not too much happening today specifically, not too many like big energetics in effect happening today, not too many big aspects happening today. Although, other than the fact that we are in this new moon in Scorpio cycle that was an exact opposition to Uranus, and we've had Mars in opposition to Uranus, and we just had this full moon in eclipse that is going to be playing out over the next 2 weeks, probably bringing something big. So there is a lot going on just because of the overall context of where we're at energetically, despite the fact that there may not be exact aspects hitting today. But, we're in expect the unexpected the heights of unpredictability, all pushing for truth, authenticity, and liberation with Uranus having been so involved. But aspect-wise, we are really pretty calm today, although tomorrow I cannot say the same. Tomorrow we are going to be having some big action happening and things really speeding up as Mercury is rapidly moving to conjunct Mars. And that's going to actually, or not Mars, sorry, the Sun, which is actually going to be happening on Sunday. But that energy is coming in all week, and Mercury and the Sun really speeds things up and can make things very busy. So we're very likely to have a very active week. And this is also going to be bringing more truth because Mercury is going to hit the degree of the eclipse and the full moon in Taurus and Scorpio. So Mercury's the messenger planet. That moon was really all about speaking, the truth will set you free, really very much about the truth coming out, with the messenger planet coming to reactivate those degrees tomorrow, while simultaneously moving into the conjunction with the Sun. We could definitely see some more big truth bombs for sure happening, as well as, again, these things causing this shift in belief and shift in perceptions as the nodes are being activated this week. And remember, the North Node is in Gemini, ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is about to activate the degree of the eclipses while coming into conjunction with the Sun. So definitely we could see some big information coming out tomorrow and as we head through the week. Now, Tuesday specifically, this is going to be a very active day. We're going to have the Sun coming into an exact conjunction with the South Node tomorrow. We are also going to be simultaneously having Mercury reactivate the degrees of the eclipse happening tomorrow. Also, the moon will be at 19, late degrees of Cancer, and will oppose Venus and oppose Jupiter, and also form a grand trine with Mars and Neptune. Mars in Scorpio, Neptune in Pisces, moon in Cancer. So we're going to have a grand water trine tomorrow between Neptune, Mars, and the moon, while the Sun is conjuncting the South Node and Mercury is conjuncting the eclipse degree. So tomorrow could be a very, very dynamic day. More truth breaking through illusion with that for sure. Wednesday, we have Mercury moving into Sagittarius. This is another shift. We have very shifting energetics this week with planets changing signs. The Sun into Sagittarius, and then Mercury moving to Sagittarius, definitely bringing that mental shift, and Mercury then heading into conjunction with the South Node. This is really, really going to be bringing us to a shift in our beliefs, a shift in our understanding, potentially being able to release dogmatic belief systems that we may have been holding on to for quite a while because of some truth that is revealed. This could also bring a lot of cognitive dissonance, and we'll obviously talk about all of this on the day that it's happening, but I just want to give you guys a heads up that that is coming too. Mercury into Sag on the same day. On Wednesday, we will have a moon in Leo trining Mercury, the Sun, in the South Node in Sagittarius. We will also on Wednesday be having Uranus shifting degrees, moving to 12 degrees of Taurus, retrograding back a degree. That degree is a young couple window shopping. This is actually going to be giving us an opportunity to pick out our new life experiences based on the truth and authenticity that we are coming into alignment with. Thursday, another big day. Thursday, Mercury is going to be conjuncting the South Node, opposing the North Node. Mars and Venus are going to be an exact sextile. The moon in Leo is going to trine Chiron, oppose Saturn, and square Uranus, potential for a very active day on Thursday. And then on Friday, the moon in Leo is going to oppose Jupiter, ruler of the position of the Sun right now, and also square Mars. So that is more dynamism right there. Then on Saturday, we're going to have the moon in Virgo coming into a square with the North and South Node. Once again, the nodes are being activated, a square with the Sun and Mercury, a trine with Uranus. Destiny and Karma are activated, Uranus being activated, the Great Rectifier. Saturday could be a big day too. And then we move to Sunday, where we have Mercury coming into exact conjunction with the Sun at 7 degrees of Sagittarius. The moon will also be making a trine to both Venus and Pluto in Capricorn, a sextile to Mars, in opposition to Neptune, and Mars will also be in an almost exact trine to Neptune, fighting the illusion, breaking through the illusion. Another big week of truth, you guys. Truth, seeing through illusion, changing our perspectives, changing our belief systems, releasing the past, opening ourselves up to the potentials of the future. These are all mental shifts. These are all of the themes that I see coming in this week. This week is really just going to be about release and letting go, and basically like rebooting our entire perceptions of reality and all of our belief systems that are associated with them. So another very interesting week of energetics coming in. And remember, we are in the 2-week period right now in between eclipses. We had our lunar eclipse with the full moon that happened on Friday, and we have a solar eclipse coming up with the new moon in Sagittarius. So whenever a lunar eclipse happens before a solar eclipse, it is said that there is something big that is going to play out before the solar eclipse. And considering we had the full moon with Mars in opposition to Uranus, as this full moon cycle plays out, that is to be expected as well. So very interesting energetics that we have going on today. Even though it's not today specifically, to open this week, again, this sense of nostalgia, military themes coming back up, and really just everything now pushing for Jupiter in Aquarius, truth for the greater good of all. So it'll be interesting to see what revelations we have this week, what truths come out this week, and how it shifts and changes our perspectives and our belief systems. Now, in terms of the tarot cards that I asked for to clarify the collective energy for today, right in alignment, the card that came out was the Eight of Cups. And this card is specifically about walking away from the past. And it was so like ironic when I got this card. I was like, no, that can't possibly be it. Like, it must have just like, because it came out when I very first started shuffling. So I put it back in and I was shuffling again, and then the same exact card came out. The Eight of Cups, walking away from cups, walking away from the past, walking away from the things that we've loved in the past that are no longer benefiting us on our course towards the future. And what was on the back of the deck when I looked at the back of the deck? This is Temperance. This is like coming to terms with things, like being patient, like coming to terms with the fact that we are just at a point where we need to be walking away from the things from the past that may have fitted us, and they may have served us at the time, but they are just not in alignment with the direction of our growth going forward. And it can bring, it's in a sadness, of course, but it's also something, to look forward to, because it also represents freedom and a fresh start. So these may just be themes that we are dealing with today, and it's coming through in the energetics, and it's coming through in the tarot as well. So now, guys, let's do our synchronicity card for today. I have a little bit more time. This is a message from God that is meant to find you whenever you're watching this, whether it's the day of the video or not. It's just meant to be a little bit of inspiration or guidance on our path as we navigate our experience right now. And here's the card. Now, I almost just want to put this back in the deck and shuffle again, because this is the exact same card that I'm pretty sure I got on Friday for my video. And before that, I had gotten that last week too. Change your thoughts, it says, and it shall prosper in the thing for which I sent. Isaiah 55:11. Whatever seed you plant will come back to you in its fruit. If you plant a bitter seed, you will get a bitter fruit. Sweetness will beget sweetness. Likewise, flavor your thoughts and your speech with sweetness, that you may dwell in a sweet life. Holding to your present thoughts will bring you unhappiness. So apparently, we really all need to be working on changing our thoughts right now. And you know what? That is great news, because that is literally what all of the energetics are about this week, with the North Node in Gemini and the South Node in Sagittarius being triggered by the Sun in a conjunction to Mercury conjunct the South Node in Sagittarius, while we have Jupiter in Aquarius. So we are in a process of changing our thoughts, metamorphosizing our thoughts in order to change and metamorphosize our reality this week. And we are coming to new conclusions, shifting our belief systems, which is really allowing us to let go of the things that are no longer in alignment with our truth and our authenticity. So that is what I have for my report today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends if you think they would be interested. Leave me comments, you guys. I absolutely love reading your comments. I have a Facebook page and a Facebook group if you guys are interested, and come back with me tomorrow, you guys, because, like I said, tomorrow is going to be a really big day. We have the sun in conjunction to the south node. We have Mercury exactly reactivating the degrees of the eclipse and a whole bunch going on with the moon. So there's going to be a lot to talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow could be a very, very active day. So come back with me tomorrow. Have a very wonderful and beautiful day, everybody, and change your thoughts. And I will see you then. Bye.